Let's stop pretending this was a mistake. In January 2026, we didn't just hear whispers, we saw real proof. I'm talking about brand new pictures of a yacht that popped up online. No one had ever seen them before. No one argued if they were real. No one explained them away. These weren't old photos from the paparazzi or blurry pictures people had fought about for years. These were clear photos, supposedly leaked from very rich people's private collections. They showed Meghan Markle on fancy yachts in Monaco and the Mediterranean Sea. She was in special rooms that most people, no matter how hard they work, will never get to see inside. And let's be super clear right from the start. These pictures are not from when she was a royal. They are not from after she became famous. They are not from after she got married. They are from 2008 to 2012. These are the exact years Meghan Markle told everyone she was a struggling actress, barely making it in Hollywood. Now here's where the story stops being sweet. These yachts weren't just for birthday parties floating on water. They weren't for big charity events. People who know a lot about these places say these were private, invite-only boats. They were for meeting important people, like super-rich international billionaires, powerful people connected to Saudi Arabia, and strong leaders from the Gulf countries. You couldn't just buy a ticket to get into these places. You had to be chosen. So the question isn't whether Meghan was on a yacht. The real question is who helped her get there. And before anyone quickly shouts that this is mean or jealous, slow down. Because this isn't about what I think. This is about when things happened, who had access, and how quiet everyone is now. And being quiet tells a whole story by itself. Because if these pictures were harmless, if they were easy to explain, if this was just simple networking, Meghan's team would be talking by now. But they're not, and that's why these leaked pictures are important. Now here's where the story stops being just ideas and starts being about clear facts. Between 2008 and 2012, Meghan Markle's money came from small acting jobs, short TV appearances, and temporary work. She wasn't a huge star. She wasn't the main actor on a TV show yet. She wasn't rich on her own. And yet, these new pictures show her on yachts worth tens of millions of dollars. She was at parties that cost more each night than most people make in a whole year. So let's ask the question simply, because no one else will. Who paid for all of this? Regular TV jobs don't pay for summers in Monaco. Being on Deal or No Deal doesn't give you enough money for trips around the Mediterranean on yachts. Actresses who are struggling don't just casually hang out in fancy international places with powerful people without someone giving them money. Someone paid for her travel. Someone helped her get into these places. Someone made it possible for her to be there. And before anyone tries to stop this by saying networking is normal, yes, meeting people for work is normal. But this kind of high-level networking isn't just casual. It's planned, it costs a lot of money, and it's done on purpose. And here's the most important part. This wasn't just one time. These pictures cover many years, which means this wasn't just a little bit of help. It was support. It wasn't just in chance. It was an investment. And when you see someone getting an investment, you start to wonder what they expected to get back. Because powerful people never give something without wanting something in return. Let's stop the biggest lie people tell to make this story sound better. This wasn't just a girl networking. This wasn't just working hard in Hollywood. This wasn't just being in the right place at the right time. People who know a lot about rich yacht circles say that what Meghan Markle was doing fits a very specific type of activity. And that type of activity has a name in those groups. It's called strategic social placement. These are places where people are brought together for a reason. You are brought in because someone thinks you can be useful in social situations, in relationships, for how people see you, or for important plans. And once you're inside, they quietly watch you. How you talk, how you listen, who you spend time with, and who spends time with you. And the new pictures show a very uncomfortable truth. Meghan doesn't look like she doesn't belong. She doesn't look surprised or wide-eyed. She doesn't look like someone who just got lucky and stumbled in. She looks comfortable. She looks like someone who understands the people in the room, understands who is in charge, and understands who is important and who isn't. People describe her not just as a visitor, but as someone who was there often. Someone who knew how to be quiet and not draw attention. Someone who knew how to build long-lasting relationships without anyone public knowing. That matters because when a woman keeps showing up in these places for many years, it means people weren't just letting her be there. She was being kept around. And people don't keep you around in these groups unless you are helpful. Now let's talk about who was in those rooms, because this is where the story stops being unclear and starts getting very specific. This is the part that big news companies won't talk about. The new yacht pictures supposedly show Meghan Markle at private parties with people connected to Saudi Arabia and powerful leaders from Gulf countries. Not in public places, not at big charity events, but on private yachts during the busiest times in Monaco. She was with people known for connecting important international figures. Let's say this clearly without whispering. You don't go to parties with Saudi and Gulf leaders unless, first, you've been checked out very carefully. Second, someone important has spoken for you. Third, you are seen as safe, useful, and good at keeping secrets. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't about famous people. This is about international power. And in those circles, keeping secrets is everything. So when photos leak years later, it means something has changed. Because these are the same groups that hide bad things so well that they never come out, which means someone inside those networks decided Meghan Markle didn't deserve protection anymore. And that should make anyone paying attention stop and think, because the question is no longer, was she there? The photos answer that. The question now is, what relationships were made there and why are they being shown now? Because Saudi and Gulf elites don't leave loose ends. If secrets are no longer kept, it's usually because someone broke an unspoken rule. And once protection is gone, everything can be revealed. Here's where it's clear things are not just a coincidence. After years of being in fancy international groups, after summers on yachts she couldn't afford, good things start to happen for Meghan Markle. In 2011, she gets the TV show Suits. Not by working her way up the usual Hollywood ladder, not after years of being in many popular shows, but suddenly after years of meeting important people, she gets the role that makes her famous. Then jump forward in time. By 2016, Meghan is introduced to Prince Harry, and that introduction doesn't happen by chance or through royalty or through Hollywood casting agents. It happens through Soho House. And the man who helped make that connection was Marcus Anderson. Let's not make Soho House sound nicer than it is. It's not just a bar. It's not just a restaurant. It's a special club that controls who gets in. It's a network for members only, made to bring together rich people, powerful people, media people, and politicians in private. And Meghan Markle didn't walk into Soho House as a beginner. By then, she had almost 10 years of experience moving through powerful, elite places. She learned how to understand people in a room, how to build relationships, and how to make herself seem like someone important enough to be promoted. So when people say she was surprised by royalty, when they say she didn't understand how important people were, when they say she didn't know much about power, that doesn't match the facts. Because women who survive and do well in yacht circles with rich Gulf elites don't get surprised by palaces. They become smart and strategic. And that brings us to the most dangerous part of this story. Not what happened back then, but why it's being shown now. Leaks don't happen when people are just mad. They happen when people are done. These yacht photos didn't show up in 2015. They didn't show up during the wedding. They didn't show up during the Oprah interview. They showed up in January 2026, right when Meghan Markle started trying to show a new image. She was pushing lifestyle brands, Netflix projects, a fresh start, a carefully planned comeback. That timing isn't random. That timing is precise, like a surgery. People who know a lot about international elite groups say these pictures were kept secret for years, protected, hidden, never meant to be talked about. And yet here they are, clear, impossible to deny, released. Not all at once, but just enough to make people ask questions without showing everything they have. That tells us something important. Someone isn't trying to completely ruin her overnight. They are putting pressure on her. This wasn't about showing things to make people angry. This was about showing things to gain power. It's It's a reminder that their silence was only for a short time, and that time might be over. And when pressure is put on, the next thing you look for is how someone reacts, or if they don't react at all. Let's talk about the silence. No one is saying it's not true. No one is making things clear. No one is saying, here's what really happened. No one is trying to explain the pictures. Nothing. And that silence isn't because they're confused. It's because they're planning something. Because if these photos showed simple, harmless networking, her team would be talking. If there were easy explanations, they would already be shared everywhere. If there was proof to fight against the story, it would be right in front of us. Instead, there's complete quiet while the pictures spread across the internet. People who understand exactly what these places mean are looking at every single detail. Silence only works if you expect the story to go away. But this story isn't going away because it's not built on guesses. It's built on real proof and a clear pattern of events. And the longer the silence lasts, the louder the unanswered questions become. Who paid? Who helped her? Who spoke for her? And why is no one saying it's not?